batch payments. So the real-time scenario from this batch payment is we have an issue. Okay. So we have scheduled the batch payments on daily basis. It will, trigger the initiate payment job in the, evening time around 9:30 p.m. So as a part of daily check in the early morning, we used to, check if the next day morning, we have to check as part of support activity, we have to track whether all the scheduled payments have, successfully transmitted from Fusion system to other bank or not. So in that check, we found one of the batch payment is not transmitted, not formatted. Okay, just showing that status of the batch as okay, waiting for the payment file processing. It means the payment is not made, not transmitted. Usually, when the payment have transmitted, we will get the three jobs. One is format payment file. Second one is transmit payment file. Another one is payment file register. So these three jobs will trigger from the schedule process when you run the batch payment. Okay, the batch payment status also showing as transmitted after. But one of the payment showing the status as waiting for the payment file processing. It means the payment is not transmitted, not formatted, not generated any payment file register. It got stuck. Okay. So what are the reasons why it is happened? It is happened with one time only with one payment. Okay. So we have to check what are the reasons. In the morning check, what we have done is we have done the payment. We need to check with the status showing as waiting for payment file processing. Then you need to go to the schedule process, search with the format payment file, whether the format payment file is generated or not. If it is not generated, then you need to check again the transmit payment file is generated or not. If transmitted payment file also generated means payment file is not yet generated, you have to reinitiate. Okay. Maybe this is due to happen sometimes payment file extract process is not triggered or failed. So due to some glitches, the system not, trigger this payment file extract process from the schedule process. Due to that, this format payment file and transmit payment file, it won't generate. It is a rare case, but it is happened. Okay. So in this case, we don't have any action button also to terminate this batch and retransmit the file. So to terminate and retransmit, we don't have action button. Usually we will have an action button if the payment is not transmitted. Okay, either you can retransmit the payment batch, or you can the terminate the payment batch. Okay, then how you can troubleshoot? Okay, you need to go to the schedule process and check format payment file run or not. Okay, then how you can process this batch payment in this case from the status. Since we don't have action item, action status, batch action status, then how you can achieve this, right? So the solution is we have to run create electronic payment file under navigator payments dashboard, create electronic payment file. Okay, there you can select the PPR name, the batch payment process name. You need to select while creating the electronic payment file job. You just need to run that job so that this job will pick the PPR batch name, the waiting for payment file processing. It will, select that payment batch and process and transmit the payment batch. Then the payment file batch status will be status showing as transmitted. You can see the format payment file and transmit payment file and payment file register under schedule process. This is the solution we have to do. We have to perform this fix as a workaround in this case. Okay. So alternatively, while you are running the PPR payment process request, okay, under payment processing options tab, okay, of the PPR, you need to enable the checkbox called create payment files immediately. If you enable this checkbox, we can mitigate this kind of issues. Okay, but in the payment batch, we have not enabled this checkbox, create payment files immediately. So this can be one of the reason. So, okay, you can enable this checkbox to mitigate this issue to run smoothly your payment file processing. Okay, whenever you run this payment batch, you will get 3 jobs from the schedule process. One is format payment file, the second one is transmit payment file, third one is payment file register. In the format payment file, you can see all the details of your payment file format, the details, everything you can see. Under transmit payment file, you can find out your file name of your batch payment. So you can check with your OIC team under SFTP folder by giving the file name as reference. Okay. Okay, whether this payment is reached to SFTP folder or not. You can check with your OIC specialist, okay, in your team member. Okay. So they will confirm whether the payment file is reached to the SFTP folder. From the SFTP folder to it will transfer to the bank folder. Okay, automatically. So this is how we can fix this issue. We need to check the issue. We need to